Over the last few decades, a rise of populism has been evident in Western democracies. Much of Europe has turned to typically right-wing populist parties such as the AfD in Germany, Reform in the United Kingdom. In 2024, Trump comfortably began his second administration across the Atlantic in the US. So populism is talked about across the mainstream media and is clearly working for the electorate. But what really is it? Is the rise of populism a bad thing? And what climate allows it to thrive? Definitions for populism are rarely agreed upon, but typically focus on a style of politics which is deeply suspicious of the mainstream establishment and are typically ultra-nationalist, being wary of immigration and outside influences. These characteristics are almost always present with populist politicians. You can also focus on the devices that populists use to gain popularity. Speeches often focus on the collective national population, framing an us versus them mentality towards the aforementioned establishment and immigrants. Populist politicians present themselves as in opposition to mainstream ones, where the mainstream are well spoken and distrusted by the average electorate. The populist portrays themselves as honest and hard-working. Populism also gives simple solutions to complicated issues. Where the current government cannot solve the cost of living crisis, for example, populists will always offer an easily digestible solution that the electorate can get behind. So why does it work? Populist rise can be accredited to the drop of living standards. Growing wealth disparity between the richest and the poorest of society. People are making less money than they expected to be. They are having to stretch their money further than ever before. Parents feel as if their children will live worse lives than they did, and the children see no opportunities ahead of them. Alternatively, an influx of immigration to many Western countries in recent decades has become so noticeable to many. Populists take these conditions, amplify them, and use it to their advantage. The establishment, or the current government, is why your living standards are falling. The immigrants are the reason as well. Furthermore, people are voting less than they did 40 years ago. Populism takes a hold of this and uses it to their advantage. Populism is the result of a democracy where the electorate feel that they don't want to vote anymore, meaning a populist party on a radical end of politics needs less support than they may have previously done to gain power. Trump might have won in 2024, but only with 31% of registered voters. So why is it dangerous? These conditions have always led to division and are the biggest criticisms of populism. Nonetheless, as seen in the UK, it works well to garner support. Reform has been the most popular party in the UK for well over a year now. Populist movements are always funded by a few individuals with a lot of power and influence. Nigel Farage has been recently attacked for this, after receiving a £5 million donation from a crypto billionaire. Trump even launched a crypto scheme that has been criticised by many for preying upon his strongest supporters. It is impossible to look at these factors and not fear that money can influence policy and undermine democracy. Social media is also a danger in connection to populism. Populist leaders have massive followings on social media and capitalise on the shocking content they support and gather views through the algorithm. The problem here is that these algorithms can easily create echo chambers, leading to individuals with extreme views, which were once considered too far, to become normalised and shared to thousands.